Oh.
Good day, Mr. Smith.
Hey, let's go.
Good day, Mr. Smith.
Hey, let's go.
Sangye Chudam Chunam Chanchu Badu Dagni Kamsuchi Yuki Dona Edukashu.
How many did I do?
I think it was 6.
7, yeah.
Seven.
All right.
This was the third one.
It was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Agi Chunyang Gipe Sunam Jolar Benjir Sangi. Okay.
Yay.
Hi, little,
I can almost count to 3.
hi, little monkey.
Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to. This is so irritating. Okay, well, all right. Did I share my screen
Not yet.
yet? Okay, let's try. How's it? You okay, you guys? Okay, here we go. So here's a progress report. We've been doing about 6 folio sides per term, and most of you guys are doing around 6 sides per term. We finished the Golden Key, which was 60 folio sides in the last term. And now we've started, so we finished an easier commentary to Tsongkhapa's text, which is called Difficult Points in Mainoni, because it was too difficult for us. And we did an easier commentary and we finished it. And that has to be cleaned up and then it can be printed. And we can talk about, our book company makes nuts selling books. We can talk about it maybe next time. But right now, we've got a whole book finished by Word, which is a very sexy book, a great book about the Mind Only School. And now we're going to go to Tsongkhapa's auto commentary. And I think Word's book is I think we should print it already, the commentary, the first commentary. Word, there was a comment that you gave me in May that I missed some verses. I covered them, right?
We did them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut that. All right, we have long appendices and so Word's first book is already finished. It'll be about 200 pages in English. And if we add Tsongkhapa's commentary, it'll be, the whole book will be 500 pages. But as I said, I think we could print the first commentary by itself, okay? All right, that's the progress report. Oh, so what, we finish Tsongkhapa in 2024, but I think we should print the first book now. All right. Now, word, I propose that we go back just and review something we went through already, just so people know where we're at, okay? So I'm not gonna, don't worry, word, I'm not gonna cover the whole, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna summarize it, okay? So when you go into a formless realm meditation, like at the end of the lion's dance, okay, it hurts, nipa. It hurts all the seeds in the refrigerator consciousness, okay, which could appear to you as physical things, okay? When you do the formless realm meditations, it damages the seeds that would cause physical stuff to appear to you, okay? So for as long as you stay in the formless realm, after that, you won't, nothing that has physicality will appear to you, okay? It's not possible, okay? Then he says, for example, there's a parallel experience. When you do the meditation we call going beyond discrimination, okay? It hurts the seeds of all 6 consciousnesses that are in the refrigerator. And so until such time as you come out of that meditation, you won't have the 6 kinds of awareness. And that's why it's a temporary suppression of the 6 awarenesses, all of them, in that deep meditation, because you have damaged the seeds. So the mind-only guys are struggling to explain instances where you don't have any seeds opening for either physical stuff or mental stuff, okay? Now, somebody makes an objection. Here's an objection. Hey, look, if that's true, then the kunchi, the refrigerator of a person in the formless realm doesn't focus on anything at all. They don't look at anything at all, okay? Why? Because nothing physical can appear to them, okay? And, okay, then you can say, well, what about their mind? Doesn't their mind appear to them? But no, you cannot say that you are looking at the seeds. In this case, when you are in the formless realm, you cannot say you are looking at the seeds. That's one of the 3 kinds of objects of perception in the mind-only school. There are 3 objects of perception in the mind-only school. One is objects of the sense powers like colors, sounds, things like that. The second is the sense powers themselves, like you're aware of your eye, you're aware of your ears, you're aware of your nose, okay? And then thirdly, there's a 3rd kind of perception, which is focusing on the seeds in the kunchi, okay? So then he says, well, according to you then, since there's nothing that we can even relate to the seeds that we would be looking at, and obviously there's no physical objects and there's no sense powers, then aren't you, if you really agree to that, duna means, this guy says duna, okay? If you agree to that idea, then you have accepted Kelangba, a state of mind which has no object, okay? Which Buddhism says is impossible, okay? Okay, so the guy is making an objection, okay? You know, I can't believe you said that in the formless realm, there's nothing that we look upon as an object, because we can't look at physical things, which is the objects and the sense powers. But also we're not looking at the seeds, okay? Why are we not looking at the seeds themselves? According to the mind-only school, the perception in the formless realm depends on the process of naming things, okay? The perception of non-physical things in the formless realm requires you to name things or label things. But how are you going to label things if you don't have sounds or, or thoughts of words or pictures? How can you have a picture of a thing if you can't see anything physical? How can you even have a mental picture of something? There's no luminous images either, according to you, okay? Then we say, come on, there's no such problem. Why? Because this famous book of Asanga says, let's consider non-objects, okay? Let's consider non-objects. Like what? Like the past, okay? Okay, like yesterday's dinner, okay? I mean, before you ate it, okay? And let's take your dreams. Let's take objects in your dreams. And let's take the two kinds of reflections, okay? The two kinds of reflections. And these don't exist as objects. Therefore, they are objects. Okay? They are objects which are non-existent, but you can think about them, you can perceive them, okay? This is a Sangha who's the grandfather of the mind-only school, okay? Look, there's stuff in the universe that's not real yet, and you can perceive it. We can call them objects, okay? Because the guy said, look, there's three classic kinds of objects in the mind-only school. One, outer stuff, colors, shapes, sounds. Now in the formless realm, you don't have that. Then the second kind of objects in the mind-only school is the sense powers, but you don't have those. And the third kind of object in the mind-only school is when you're actually just looking at the seas and you think you see something, but you don't. Okay, like you think you see something outside or you think you hear something, but you don't, okay? Then he says, look, the third one's not so bad. The third one's not so bad. In the formless realm, you can perceive things just as potentials, okay? Well, what do you mean? Do you have an example, stuff like that? Yeah, the past. You can think about the past. It's gone, it doesn't exist anymore, but you can have a perception of it. Well, and what about things you see in a dream? They have some existence. And what about the two kinds of reflections? Okay, they are not real objects, but you can perceive them, okay? Mikpa Yepa Mayan, they are not real objects, but de la mikparung. It's fine to look at them. You can watch a dream. What? Hello? Okay, $20 or $50 for the two kinds of reflections. We covered it. And by the way, it's not clear. Even a geshe wouldn't know without checking a commentary. Okay. We found a commentary that said reflections in a mirror. That one's easy, right?
Reflections,
No, reflections in a
but you
mirror.
mentioned it, in a dream was one.
No, that's another example. Reflections in a mirror are different examples from the mirror. The second one is the perception in a death meditation of the world turning into, you do this impermanence meditation from the shores of the ocean back to the house you're living in. You imagine everything as wasted, like a nuclear bomb. And you do a death meditation or it's called Migdupa, a meditation on frighteningly disturbing images, okay? And this is supposed to shake you out of your attachment to things. It's an old Abhidharma meditation of disaster. You pretend a nuclear bomb has already gone off. And then you watch your country destroyed from the from the edges of the oceans all the way to the middle of your forehead. Okay. And it's a very powerful meditation. So those are the two reflections. Okay, good. You guys, hello?
Can I ask a question?
No, somebody say yes, Keshla, I understand.
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, what's the question? What's the question?
Thank you. So thoughts are not objects of the mind?
No, because in the mind, this argument goes like this. There's only three possible. There's only three. Somebody has to turn off their mic. There's only three possible objects of perception. A, things the objects of awareness. B, the states of mind which perceive those objects as awareness. And C, seeds you are looking at in your own refrigerator who appear to you as objects, which
And
appear
thoughts
to
are
you.
not number one?
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just traditional to divide it that way. And so that guy's argument is, well, how can you see anything in the formless realm then? Because we know you can't see physical things. But and it's gonna come an argument that says you can't even name the things that appear to be coming out of the seeds. You can't even name them because names are also form. Either they are sounds or they are pictures in the mind. So how can there be any perception in the formless realm, according to you, okay? And here's a nice section about it that I would like to read together.
Thank you.
This is from a mind-only text by a great Lama called Kyutsang Lama, okay? And it's related to our monastery. And I love this section and I think it will help a lot. It's not too long. Well, let's see how long. I promise not to go too forward, okay? You okay?
Mhm.
Let's go. Who's gonna be the checker chooser? Word, you wanna nominate somebody?
Honorable Chunzom is a good chooser.
Okay, checker chooser.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, Chintham, who's the checker?
Stanley.
By the way, can you choose people from the whole call who might not be?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because it'd be fun for them because they don't get to translate. Okay.
Catherine Yen.
She's translate.
Okay.
Oh, Tong Tong.
Then you can do, can you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, who do you choose for the first group, Tang Tang?
Oh,
Tang Tang is the checker.
I'm the checker.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, try to make Word suffer because he steals money from me every day.
Cool.
Cool. Wona sotmiki kunshila wangtun inangwa pakchak mikbar njokbe tungar shepa detar yang yok tulmepe tela mikba mepangyorla.
Okay, good. Everybody's pronunciation has improved. Ona Sumeki Kunshila. Let's talk about the refrigerator consciousness of a person in the formless realm. Can the sense powers, Wang, and by the way, it's very important to split these two words, can the sense powers and the objects of the sense powers appear to it? And we say no, cannot. Well, then even if you describe looking at the seeds themselves, focusing on the seeds themselves, the way that you've done it before, then we'd have to say there's no way that you could posit perception going on in the formless realm. It's not possible because you can't even focus on the seeds, which is the third option of perception in the mind-only school, okay? Therefore, you would have no objects at all, okay? There would be no objects at all. Now. What's up next, Chinzom? Hello?
Microphone, Chinzum.
Jewel,
Okay.
Jewel is. Don't know.
Okay.
Connie,
전하, mikbatang chelwe, shipe sikpanyor rot shena.
Okay, good. So this whole piece from here is an objection, and sometimes it's not clear. So I've been adding these words. Okay, the whole thing is a objection, and now here comes the end of the objection. If you agree that the three methods of focusing on an object are not possible in the formless realm, then you would have to say that it does become possible, sipagyur, to have a state of mind which is devoid of any object of its perception. You can have a state of mind with no object of perception, which is illegal in every school of Buddhism, okay? Not possible, okay? But according to you, possible. And by the way, there's been books written about this subject, you know. The Saramay textbooks for mind-only school mainly just talk about this question. All right. Let's go, word.
Nyepa mete, tektu le,
Okay.
desop de lam town, sopnye nampa nipo yang, mikpa yutpa min mayin pe, teni mikpar rungchiro.
And the Mahayana Sangraha of Asanga says, hey, no problem. Let's look at this quotation. The past, things like the past and dreams, and the two kinds of reflections, they are not objects of perceptions. Therefore, we just have to call them objects of perception, okay? They are not real objects of perception, but we have to say they are objects of perception. They can be objects of perception. You can have a dream, and in a dream, you can see color, okay? All right, Chinzom, who's the referee?
Linda,
Okay, let's go.
Shipa tamche mikbe top kona la tu migushin. Chejak tu kunshini mikbe wangi jukbe mayinki. Leki toki itsi ning tam dorwa mashi hardu. Namin tu dorne kun miche. Farm
Juko, yeah, now, I'll never forget, it was a great question in New York City during one of my early ACI classes. I remember who asked the question. It was that guy who owned the building that we stayed in.
Leon,
Leon,
Leon.
yeah. And yeah, Leon, and he asked such a great question. He said, isn't it an Abhidharma principle that the object triggers the consciousness? You open your eyes in front of a green drink, okay? You open your eyes in front of a green drink, then the green drink will trigger an awareness of the green drink. And I said, yeah, that's an Abhidharma idea. Then he said, but in middle way, don't you say that everything's coming from the other way, from the seed? And I said, yeah, and this is a basic contradiction that comes up in Buddhism, okay? And this, I think we should go deeper in this verse, and I think words should have a kind of either a huge footnote or a little appendix about it, okay? It's not the case that all states of mind are defined by perceiving an object, okay? It's not the case that all states of mind are established because they see an object, okay? They don't have to depend on that. What do you mean? Well, we can also say more particularly, okay, more to give you a specific case, Chedaktu, the foundation consciousness itself is not something which is established in terms of something we see. Seme mikpa yepe tseni, right? Seme mikpa yepe tseni. The definition of existence is that thing which is perceived with a correct perception, accurate perception. He says, look, you can't say that in this school anymore. You can't say that in this school anymore, okay? Why? Because the foundation consciousness itself is not established through the process of being an object of perception, okay? Well then what? Ki means rather, okay? Rather, it's just something flowing out of karma. Lekitop ki. It's just something flowing out of karma, okay? It's not that an apple exists out there and it triggers an awareness of it when you open your eyes. There's things in the universe whose existence is only posited through the power of karma, okay? Cool? This is very interesting discussion, okay? This is the answer to Leon's question. If you see Leon, you gotta tell him. Okay, Lekitopki. Tell him I'm talking about him. Okay, now, well, how long can karma sustain a perception? How long can karma sustain a perception? Well, from the time Yingzam Jor up to Shiva.
Ah,
The time you cross life until the time you die.
Yeah, what's the common English word for crossing into a new life?
birth,
A conception.
conception.
The sperm meets the egg, okay? Okay, so, you know, the guy says, well, how long can you sustain objects that don't rely on perception? And he says, you know what? Given the power of karma, you could sustain an object like your body from the moment you're conceived up to the day you die, okay? Shipadu namindu kyune gyunmi chepa jugo. It has the capacity, the power to continue on in an unbroken stream of ripening of karma, okay? And it doesn't depend on, as Adam's text would say, existence depends on perception. We say, no, when you get to the mind-only school, existence is sustained by karmic ripening, not by perception, okay? All right, wow. Then he says, that doesn't, they go debate on this. Now he says, by the way, this quotation from a Sangha is weird. I mean, the last two lines are especially weird. You want some help with it? This is this guy, Cute Song. He's so cute. Okay. He says, by the way, you want to know what that quotation really means? Here we go.
De sop tinpe shepa la mikpa mepar tenpa mingi
Keep going.
nangwe mikpa nyupor drupa yume la mito shepe tuno.
Yeah, this is very sexy. Desa zimbi shepa la. This is not indicating, the verse is not indicating, Demba Min. What this verse is not saying is that the state of mind, which is holding an object from the past, like your first girlfriend in grade school or your first boyfriend, okay? It's not saying that those states of mind have no object. It's not saying that, okay? It's not saying that they have no object. They do have an object, and that's the past, okay? What it's saying is, what it's really saying is that the existence, that what it's really saying is those perceptions are not dependent upon the question of whether the object that they think they see exists or not. Okay? Whether or not they are perceiving the world is not posited on the basis of whether what they're looking at really exists or not.
Really
Okay?
exists?
Yeah,
Like-
drupa. Yeah, ngupar drupa. Ngupar drupa exist as real things. Okay? Yeme is not in the discussion. Whether the thing they're looking at really exists or not is not relevant here. Okay? We're not dealing with that. Okay? What it's saying is you can look at, you can meditate on a llama and you can be focusing on that picture. It's not real. It doesn't exist as a llama. Okay?
Mhm.
But still, we can say it's an object of the mind, okay? Still, we can say it's an object of the mind. That's what the verse is saying. That's what the verse is saying. Now, you want to go deeper? Okay,
Does it-
word.
Does it depend on us having agreed with what was just said?
Well, no, that's a whole different thing. I'm just
Okay.
translating. Okay, young word.
옹캉 속미키 분시 mikpa mepo mayinte nyunchu takte takta sipe yanlaki hakchak sokle wangtun lo soksu nangrungin pe bakchak tenam tei mikpar chokte.
Good, good. Now, don't forget that we had sort of thrown out the third option, that even though admittedly you're not looking at an outside apple and you're not perceiving any sense power, or you are still looking at seeds. You are looking at the stuff in the refrigerator when you experience things in the formless realm, even in the formless realm. You still have thoughts, for example, okay? So, unkan sumeki kunshila mikpa mepa mayinte. We never said that the kunshi of a formless realm being had no object of its perception. It's not the case, even though there's no physical objects to be seen, even though there's no physical senses to help you see them, we are not saying that you have nothing that you're aware of in the formless realm, okay? Well, give me some examples. It's perfectly possible, nangrung, okay? It's perfectly possible, for example, that from the bakchaks, from the deep seeds, you could think that you saw even an outside object and have a sense power of it. You could have, it seems like you could even have a dream in the formless realm, okay? It is possible. Why? Because of these incredibly powerful forces. Ngunju, Dakta, and Sipe Yenlak, okay? What are those things? What's Ngunju, you guys? Do you remember word?
Jerky backtrack. Oh, sorry.
What was Ngunju?
Is the since infinite past that what we call things, we put labels on them.
Yeah, labels that we've gotten used to for time with no beginning, that even though they don't have any actual reality, okay? And Dakta, we have a belief in a self, which is also perceiving something that's not there, okay? And we have Sipe Yenlak, the Darius Sipe Yenlak, huh?
12 links?
I would say links, yeah. These are all flowing out of seeds, okay? You are focusing on seeds, and you have these questionable perceptions, okay? They are running off of karma. They are not running off of an object which triggers the perception, okay? Bakchak denam demi, but therefore, we say that people in the formless realm are focusing on the seeds. They are seeing all kinds of mirages, you know, just from past habits of language, from ignorance about what's a real self, and from different,
Memory?
yeah, or different components of the wheel of life. They still experience them. Okay. All right. Now we wrap up with a very, not just this quotation by Kyutang, which I think is a great way to, to get into words text again in the new term, is a 40-minute review of. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Word. Let's go.
Perna, net sok jui chang ngam tsuna nepe net dokam hirwa te chicken tang trainer nyukyu catching tata kerung yupe nyukyu yorn chokpa habuyeno.
Okay, good. And I'm gonna say translate and include up to here. Okay. All right. Berna, for example, ne here means a noun.
Barley.
Yay, barley. Barley, etc. Drew means a grain. Jang means a silo, like a grain silo or grain storehouse. Ze kosha means the same thing, storehouse. And this jang is a completely unusual usage of jang, right? I found it in the dictionary down here. Pangwa means storehouse. So talking about barley seeds, they are sitting nepa in these pieces nedo, these chunks, these single grains of barley nedo, kam shilwa, totally dried out. Okay, and she means with the S. Okay, word she. If later on, Kianban Pena, if they meet with the proper factors, if they meet up with the proper factors, Nyukuke,
They'll become sprouts. They'll grow into sprouts.
yeah, they'll sprout. Okay. And now here's the sexy part. Because they are available to grow now in their dry state, we still refer to them as causes of the sprout, which hasn't come out yet. Sprout causes. They are sprout causes. They are in a, what do you call that?
Latent.
Latent, beautiful. Yeah. They are in a latent state, but we still call them a cause of the sprout. Okay. So he's trying to describe the ontological status of focusing on seeds. Okay, got it? In the kunshi. Okay, when you're in the formless realm, the whole treatment of how you can perceive things in the formless realm and still defend kunshi is tough. And here's a great explanation, I think, and it's something to think about. Okay.
So Geshe-la, they're the causes of the sprout or a sprout?
We can still call them sprout causes.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now we're ready to start the text. Okay. Okay, we just quoted this verse from, in words real text, we just quoted a Sangha. And now here's Tsongkhapa's treatment of that quotation. Yay! Who's the policeman?
Allison.
Okay, Allison,
Yes.
you're checking word. Here we go.
She sumpatar Shibik tamche mikba yupa la tu miku ki chejak tu kunshini. Nyungi gemi gei le ki dendro tang ngendroi shir pangne chitsi ma shi pardu. Kechik kyang mindo na henjeki le ki topki nchuki nangwe mikban la tune ni mayin no.
Good. Jason Buttar. Now here's Tsongkhapa's explanation of the same verse. Okay. Shepa tamche mikpa yopa la tumiga. It is not the case that all states of mind must rely upon an object. Okay. Wow. Totally against all Buddhism. Okay. It is not the case that all states of mind must rely upon an object, the presence of an object, mikpa yipa, okay? And rather, more particularly, chedaktu, kunshi, the refrigerator state of mind, is pang, is thrown forth as the foundation for good birth and bad birth, all depending on previous good and bad karma. Okay, karma is running the show, not the presence of objects. Okay, perception is being sustained by karma and not by objects. You can experience this if your channels get kind of open. You can stop breathing for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. Okay, and then you realize life is not sustained by breath or food. Life is only sustained by karma. Okay. Okay, Nyandorshi Pangne. And that's what a real Kevala Kumbhaka is. Okay. Chisi Mashipadu, until the day you die, right? The same idea. Chisi Mashipadu, until the day you die. Kechi Kyang, not even for a second, Mindok, does that reality, what do you call that? It doesn't, it's like hesitate, pause, okay? It doesn't pause even for a second, okay? Even for a single second, okay? The kunshi throws out a world, whether it's a good birth or a bad birth, and that world is sustained by your karma until the day you die. This is running on Penjiki Lekito. You know, this is running on the power of what word?
The power of that throwing, the momentum of good and bad seeds.
Projecting karma, right. And the key here is but, rather, right? What? Give me the last line. For $0, but $1,000 in my heart.
But while in fact it doesn't appear that those objects are depending on such thing. Even
Yeah.
it appears that they aren't depending on those seeds, the objects.
No, it is not a thing which is waiting for an object to appear to it. Okay? The process of perception is being driven by karma and not by the appearance of objects in its world. Okay, it doesn't have to wait for the appearance of an apple to see an apple. Okay. Wow. Okay.
So then why can't we say that people in the mind-only people in the formless realm are seeing apples? Because they're seeing kunshi. The kunshi is just ripening for them, whether they're in or out of the formless realm.
Yeah, it's a good question. And the answer to that is that the meditation which has thrown them there is more refined than physical matter. Okay.
Well,
That's
what physical matter?
then
Right?
physical.
Isn't it Prasangakas that says that, yeah, physical matters because you create physical matter with your karma, but does mind only say that? No, they say, what outer object? It's all kunshi.
But they would say that even the kunchi can't appear physical to a person in the formless realm because of the
karmic
because
seeds
how-
haven't ripened.
how
Yeah.
fine-tuned their perceptions are. Do we have any more time? Can we keep going?
Sorry.
Yes.
9
Let's
minutes.
go.
9 minutes.
Hey, let's go. Uncle Word. Detana. Who's checking? Chinzong.
Microphone.
Oh,
Microphone?
sorry, Utpala.
Okay,
Oh.
Utpala, let's go. Detana.
Detana 속매 돈 당왕보 매배 cher mikpa sumle pakchak mikpa yina 대양 pakchak mikpar ngyorwe tun ngusum mekyang tei tun netun lusu nangrung yinpe mikpar ngyorte.
This is wow. This is Tsongkhapa. Wow. Okay, Detana, since that's the case, since it's the case that your perceptions don't have to wait for an object to show up because the karma is throwing objects, okay? So in the formless realm, Sukmetu, Dun Dung Wambo, now word, you got to burn that into your brain because these authors of these mind-only texts keep saying Dunwang. They keep saying Dunwang. And here, Tsongkhapa, God bless him, he split it. Dun Dung Wambo, okay? The object of the sense power and the sense power, okay? May, they don't exist there in the formless realm, okay? So among the three modes of perceiving an object, Mikpa Sumle, and we're gonna cover it later, among the three possible modes of perceiving an object, we are only left with perceiving the seeds, focusing on the seeds and thinking you see things, as in a dream, okay? As in a meditation, okay? So we are down to the third because we can't have the first two. Yinla, deya bacha mipagire dungusu mekyang. Now listen, the bakchaks, mental seeds, don't really qualify really as what we normally think of as an object, okay? And it was even uncomfortable to say it, wasn't it? Oh, they're focusing on seeds, okay? Look, I admit that. I admit that when we talk about focusing on a seed, we are not talking about an object in the normal sense of the word, okay? But still, they too, due to the power of those seeds, what's it mean to focus on a seed is that those seeds have the power to appear, nang, what? As your world, ne, as objects in your world, dun, even as your own body, lu, okay? Therefore, we say the seeds are the objects of the awareness, okay? Why? Because they have the potential to appear as your world, or as objects in that world, or as your body, okay? Now the three kinds of mikpa, the three kinds of perceiving an object were discussed previously, okay? They were listed previously. Here, and I chopped it out for you, okay? I didn't bold it because it has bold inside of it that I didn't want to lose, okay? So, Mikyos, all objects in the mind-only school can be divided into three. One, the duns, okay? Which are things you can see, things you can hear, things you can smell, things you can taste, things you can touch. Those five. B, or the wangbos, okay? Dun wang, right? Dun wang. The sense powers of your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, right? Which you can call the person, but it's a little bit of a misnomer here, okay? And now here's the one we're really interested in. Daktan Chekun Tapengo Ni Lang Number Shembe Bakchak. the seed where you are attached or attracted to the idea that you and the objects around you have some essence of their own, okay? Which are actually only nominal, okay? Okay, so there he treats the question of the three kinds of objects. Let's go one more. We have time. Let's do this sentence. Berna, who's the policeman?
Checkmate.
Eshela, one thing,
Yeah.
we haven't necessarily determined that these are the only objects in the mind-only school, only that these are the objects that the 10 of the kunshi can see.
Oh yeah, wow. You bring it up with some kappa.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying you could bring
That's
something
how
up.
I get out of, that's how I get out of this stuff. Okay. Go ahead, read this sentence here.
Perna, changna, nepe, sabin teken tang, trena, nyuku, kerang, yinpe, nyuku, kenchi, che, jupa, shino.
Good. For example, a seed which is sitting in a silo, okay, if it meets up with the proper conditions, kendan chena, it is appropriate for a sprout to grow from it, okay? And because of that, we call them things which can provide factors for sprouts, okay? Conditions for sprouts. We can call them that. And I like Kyutsang's clarification that the emphasis is on dry, dead pieces of barley that we wouldn't think of as a living plant, okay? Really cool section. Let's go, we got 2 more minutes, let's use it. Data, who's the checker, please?
Lily.
Yay, Lily.
Descartes chena sok me ki kunshi la sok chen ki nyuchun nang shek kachik ndunpa ni to Kyoto.
Deta Chena, given all this, okay, the statement by some people, the belief by some people, Kachik Dupa, the belief by some people, that to the kunshi of a formless realm being, Sugmeki kunshi, the world and the people in the world who are physical could appear to that foundation consciousness, okay? That's just Nambani, okay? They just stuck in their own idea and nothing more, okay? Ni. Nimba means to add something to a text, okay?
Isn't
Nimba
that
huh?
poke somebody or something too? Like stab?
That's with an O, I think. So he says, look, the Ni is very damning language. It's pure corruption. It's a pure adulteration, okay? Pure addition of their own ideas, okay? Nothing more. Sheer imagination, okay? Something like that. All right. Let's go. Let's finish this last sentence. This was a tough section. Okay.
Sok me tuteta ina kam okma ni suang kunshi chikla nyuchu ki se tamche nang ngam shena.
Okay, good. And by the way, that the guy that Tsongkhapa was ragging on in the last sentence, Tsongkhapa would have to admit that we skated very close to this idea, didn't we? You know, he was skating very close to the idea that even in the formless realm, you could be seeing things that had form. Okay, so I think he's being kind of mean to this guy. Okay, Sugme du deta yina. Now, this is a question, Shena, okay? Question. Somebody comes and says to Tsongkhapa, okay, submit the data, you know? I understand that this is the way things are in the formless realm. But is it also the case in the two lower realms, the desire realm and the form realm, that Kunshi Chikla to a single Kunshi consciousness, Alaya Vijnana, all of the different objects, Ze,
Oh.
of the world and its contents could appear? Could they also appear to a single Kunshi? Okay. And the question, by the way, here is, I understand what you said about the formless realm. You're taking the formless realm as one unit, you know, as one location. Now, is that the way all the realms work? For example, if you get born into the desire realm, are you eligible to see everything in the desire realm or not? Meaning, can human beings see the real hell realms as they're sitting in the human realm, which is just a subcategory of the desire realm? So if you're born into the desire realm or you're born into the form realm, are you implying that you can see all the sectors of that realm or not? Okay, that's the question. Okay. Cool.
Oh,
And there's, you know, real life stories of people who went to the hell realms and brought back stories. In fact, the wheel was painted by those people in one of the 3 cases. Okay, stop here. 25, 20. Yay, word.
Ashila,
Yeah,
oh, I looked up some stuff for you. I just want to check really quick.
okay.
I think in someone's book we're doing Kepar Jok, the 6 qualities.
Yeah. If you could find those, I'd much appreciate it.
Well, is it the same as Keche Droki Kepar, or it's different?
KJ Juki Kipa. KJ. I don't know what you're talking about. KJ. KJ. No, I don't think it is. There is an interesting candidate, which is the powers in the 2nd chapter of the Abhidharma. There's a list of 6 powers, and the last one is Sok. But I'm not quite. I didn't quite buy it yet.
Okay, because I found references, but I couldn't read the Tibetan well enough and to say.
Yeah, I think there's gotta be a reference somewhere. It's a list of metaphors. Like you're killing the life of your wisdom. Okay, I think it's gonna be a list of sexy metaphors. One of which is you are sticking a knife into your perception of emptiness. You know, I think they're gonna be like that. I think they're gonna be sexy. We gotta find them.
Okay. One more thing. You know,
All right.
in I think Sage's class we had Marju, which meant like red hot grabbing.
Yeah, grab the red.
I found Ju can also mean like to bite up to give yourself indigestion. So it could be like biting off more than you or
It
something.
can mean to digest. Yeah, it is the word for digest also.
Yeah. So
Let me think about that.
yeah. So I don't know. I just
Okay.
looked around.
Yeah, it can refer to the melting of food in the stomach. Yeah. I'll think about it.
Okay. That's it.
All right, but thank you. I'm excited that you keep finding things that are helpful to me, and I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah,
Swaha was a big breakthrough for me.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was awesome.
welcome.
Okay, let's do it.
Tapuni Topa. Shu.
Hey, is Adam there? Is Adam there?
Yeah.
You want to go on a night hike?
Sure again.
Did you ever do that when you were like a Boy Scout or something?
Yeah, I've done many.
Wow. I just occurred to me that I could go for a night hike and get some exercise. I'm going to pick a flat place in the desert, okay?
That sounds good.
Okay, so let's say, I don't know. Well, I'll call you. It'd be like 7:20 or 7:25, something like that.
I'll
But
talk to you then. Again.
get a good flashlight and get some extra batteries because you have more cliffs there than I have.
That's true.
Okay, bye.